The increasing presence of artificial intelligence in decision-making processes is raising serious concerns about bias, reliability, and ethical consequences. While AI is often promoted as a tool for efficiency and objectivity, growing evidence suggests that these systems can reinforce discrimination, create unjust outcomes, and operate without proper oversight. The reliance on AI for critical decisions in areas such as hiring, healthcare, law enforcement, and financial services has led to numerous cases where flawed algorithms have caused significant harm. The problem lies in the way these systems are trained, using historical data that may already contain biases, which AI then amplifies rather than corrects. One of the most alarming aspects of AI bias is its impact on marginalized communities. When AI is used to evaluate job applications, determine creditworthiness, or predict criminal behavior, the results often reflect and reinforce existing societal inequalities. Studies have shown that facial recognition software, for example, is far less accurate in identifying individuals from minority groups, leading to wrongful arrests and misidentifications. Similarly, AI-driven hiring tools have been found to favor male candidates over equally qualified female applicants, further entrenching gender discrimination in the workplace. These biases are not accidental, but are a direct consequence of training data that reflects historical patterns of discrimination. The lack of transparency in AI decision-making makes it difficult to identify and correct these problems. Many AI models function as black boxes, meaning that even their developers do not fully understand how they reach specific conclusions. This opacity makes it nearly impossible for individuals who are negatively affected by AI decisions to challenge or appeal them. In some cases, people may not even be aware that an AI system has influenced a decision that impacts their lives. This lack of accountability is particularly troubling in high-stakes areas such as medical diagnoses, loan approvals, and legal sentencing, where errors can have life-altering consequences. Another major issue is the over-reliance on AI without sufficient human oversight. Many organizations implement AI-driven systems as a cost-cutting measure, reducing the need for human judgment and expertise. This approach creates a false sense of objectivity, as many assume that AI eliminates human error. However, AI is only as good as the data it is trained on, and when that data is flawed, the results can be disastrous. The assumption that AI is inherently neutral or more reliable than human decision-makers has led to situations where faulty algorithms go unchallenged, continuing to cause harm until the errors become too obvious to ignore. The consequences of unchecked AI bias are already becoming apparent. In healthcare, some AI systems have been found to systematically deprioritize Black patients for certain treatments based on flawed assumptions in the data. In finance, algorithmic credit scoring models have reinforced racial disparities in loan approvals, denying access to capital for communities that have historically faced economic discrimination. In law enforcement, predictive policing software has led to increased surveillance and targeting of minority neighborhoods, further deepening existing inequalities in the criminal justice system. These are not isolated incidents, but part of a broader pattern in which AI serves to perpetuate rather than eliminate systemic bias. Regulation and oversight of AI remain inadequate. While some governments and organizations have begun to recognize the dangers, the pace of technological advancement far outstrips the development of ethical safeguards. Many AI systems are deployed without rigorous testing for bias or unintended consequences, and even when flaws are identified, there is little accountability for those responsible. Tech companies, eager to push AI adoption, often downplay these risks, framing them as rare exceptions rather than fundamental flaws in the way AI is designed and implemented. As AI continues to shape critical aspects of daily life, the risks of unchecked bias and flawed decision-making will only grow. Without urgent intervention, AI will not only fail to solve existing problems, but will actively worsen social and economic inequalities. The need for greater transparency, accountability, and regulation is clear, yet meaningful action remains limited. If these issues are not addressed, AI will become a powerful force for reinforcing discrimination rather than eliminating it, with long-term consequences that could be difficult to reverse.